Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace a valve cover gasket on the Ford 2.3 liter. This one's in a Ford Ranger 2010 model. It does have the one-piece plastic intake on it, so I'll be showing you how to replace that valve cover gasket today. So whenever you pull it in, you want to take the air intake tube off and disconnect a couple of lines. You don't have to take the tube completely off, you can just disconnect it right here. And then take your PVC pipe off. Go ahead and mark your spark plug wires with the correct cylinders. Make sure you don't get those mixed up and make it easier to reinstall. If you use a spark plug tool like this, just like that, makes it a whole lot easier with that tool. Go ahead and disconnect your vacuum lines, your electrical lines. Take all your electrical wiring off the outside edge of the valve cover also. You will need to release the electrical connector, pull up the boot right here in the center of the valve cover, pull it up slightly, and disconnect the connector down in there. Now after you get all your electrical disconnected back here and get your lines off, get all the fasteners that's attached to the valve cover all the way back around. Then you'll start removing the intake. Now you can see a bolt right there. There's one more on the top side, and then there's a few on the bottom, so you'll start taking those out with the 10mm socket. Then you'll need to work on getting all your lines off back here. Just make sure you put everything in the place where you remember where it goes. Take the front cover off, get the throttle cable disconnected, get the fuel line taken back, disconnect all the electrical on this side. And then you want to disconnect your heat tube, and after you've got all the bolts out and everything, then you should be able to start wiggling the intake and lift it straight out. Now while you have your intake out and on the ground, it's always recommended to replace the intake seals, so go ahead and get a gasket seal kit, pull these off and reinstall the new seals on here before you put the intake back on. Now that the intake's off, you can pretty much see where all the bolts are hanging onto the valve cover, and you just start unbolting all those bolts, pushing your wiring harness back a little bit. You got another connector back there that you need to release. Once you get all the bolts loose all the way around, then you can take a pair of panel pliers or a screwdriver, reach underneath the corner right here. Then you'll be able to pull the wires back, kind of wiggle it around, lift it up, and off the truck. While you have the valve cover off, it's a good time to inspect the timing chain, see how loose it is, see if there's any wear on the lobes, see if there's any scrape marks. But this engine is pretty clean compared to what I've seen in other engines. So you can see right here, you've got the gasket that runs all the way around, and then you have the center gaskets right here. So you'll get your gasket kit, pull the old ones off, put the new ones on there, and you'll clean it up a little bit, get it ready to go back on. All you gotta do is take a little screwdriver and reach down in here to pull up the gaskets in the center. Now you should have a replacement one inside of the gasket kit, so you'll just align it in the correct position and reinstall, and then keep it going to the next gasket until you get all of them replaced. Make sure that they're pushed down in there. Make sure that they're firmly installed so that they don't fall off as you're putting the valve cover back on the engine. Before you place the valve cover back up here, go ahead and clean the edge, get all the oil, or if there's any dirt or grease on it, go ahead and clean it, give it a nice sealing surface. So once you get all your gaskets back on there and everything's cleaned up, then you're ready to start reinstalling your valve cover. Now you can kind of see I didn't take the coil pack off. I normally don't. You just pull it off in its assembly. Like I said earlier, though, just mark the wires so you know which hole that they go in. It's easiest just to put a little, 1, 4, 3, and 2 on it so that you know in what order that they go in. To make sure that you didn't drop anything on top of the engine and everything's out of the way, and just work the valve cover back on. So once you get the valve cover back on and you get all the bolts snug, then go ahead and start tightening them down towards the specs, and be sure that you follow the pattern so that you don't warp the valve cover at all. So after you get the valve cover back on, tightened up, you could go ahead and put your plug wires back in and your center connector, electrical connector for the coil pack, and then start putting all your wiring back on the outside of the engine. So then you'll want to make sure that the surface where the intake is clean from any dirt or debris, and then go ahead and get all the gaskets replaced on your intake. Now you can start reinstalling your intake. Just make sure that those gaskets are on and in their position to where they don't fall off while you're sliding the intake back down. Once you get the intake slid into place, start reinserting all the 10mm bolts. There was 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. The back one sometimes is a little pain to get to because of the wiring harness. But once you get those tight, then you can start reconnecting everything the same way that you took it off. Make sure all the fasteners are tightened. Once you get the intake tightened up, then go ahead and start reattaching everything else that you removed. Get the fuel line reconnected, get the electrical reconnected. Try to get the electrical back in the same spot that it was, because you don't want to have any issues with getting it too hot from being too close to the engine, or rubbing in a spot and causing electrical problems later. Get your throttle cable routed back through. Get it clipped on. Get all your other lines reconnected. Then you can go ahead and reattach your vacuum lines and get everything set the way that you removed it. Run everything down. Make sure that you get your electrical mounted where it needs to go. So after you've gotten everything back together, just go over again to make sure that you've got everything reconnected, that you didn't leave anything loose. Make sure your fuel line's nice and tight, that it's mounted down properly, that all your electrical is back together, nothing's binding. And after you've did all that, then you can go ahead and put your top cover back on. So once all that's done, then you're done with changing out your valve cover gasket and getting your intake back on. So anyway, I hope that my video helped everyone out today. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like it, share it. Other than that, I will see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.